No, just enjoy it, and like
Yeah.
I appreciate the fact that you understand that you're getting beat, but you're learning and getting better. Like you're only gonna get better by playing good people. You know what I'm saying? So like
Right.
I appreciate that you don't get like upset or angry
Nah.
or you know what I'm saying. So
And I've told people, I go, it's just like playing the wrestling. Yeah, I'm good at it, but if I get online and I get beat, so what? I get beat. At least somebody played,
right.
Like, I don't care if I lose.
Like and legitimately, dude, like I was horrible a year ago. And
Yeah.
I'm decent now. I still don't think I'm really that good, but I'm decent. But
Right.
like it
Well, I
it
definitely think
literally
you're a
just takes
couple
time.
steps ahead of me, because holy crap.
Well, yeah, but I mean, I also, started before you, and I
Yeah.
play more often than you do right now.
Yeah, I was gonna say, yeah, you play this a lot more often than I do. I mean, I don't really play it that much.
But I mean, I hope you at least enjoy the game enough that you don't regret buying it.
No, I don't. And I appreciate you getting it for me, and like I said, I paid you back, so
Yeah,
I appreciate it all the way around. Like, I was not expecting that. And, like I said, I've always wanted to play some college football stuff, because I did back in the day on PlayStation 2, and I enjoyed it,
Yeah. I
then they
love
just
the
did-
team building aspect, the recruiting. Like it's fun to me.
Yeah,
I'm
it's
so
not
hoping I get a
bad.
fucking like a good job offer after we advance this, because like I'm not getting any good job offers. Like the only job offer I had was like Western Michigan Broncos, which is a 1-star school.
Oh, jeez. Yeah, I haven't looked at mine. All right, let's see how I do this.
I literally picked this team just because of their helmets.
Yeah, the helmets are cool. I saw that on the design. I was like, ooh, those are cool.
Yeah, they're just
I just
different, you
didn't.
know?
Right, and I just picked the Navy because I'm like, my friend's in the Navy, so I was like, you know what? I'm gonna team and just try it out.
Yeah, I mean, why not? The service academy, it's kind of cool to like rebuild a service academy.
Yeah.
On the run, it's Sutton. At the 35, he's open. Really nice pickup there as they have it out to the 40.
And doing it this way, the sim league, it's like it's the emphasis more on team building with a little bit of playing instead of rebuilding the team just because you're like beating the computer every game.
Right.
It's tough to get these guys on the ground. The offense showing motion from the tight end, trying to get a read on the D.
Like this is the first season, and we're like 4 seasons in. This is the first season that I've went to and won the conference championship.
Oh, the conference, yeah. Well, this is like the first time I think in the sim league where I've actually made it to a bowl. I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah, same. No, I think I made a bowl last year, but I think, but it was, but I didn't. Like I was only like 7 wins. This time I've got like 9 wins. So yeah, I don't know. It's fun. Damn, you stopped me.
Yeah. I like how I think this is like the second or third season of the sim league. I'm not sure, but I know that I went against the Army twice and I beat them both times.
Yeah. Well, that's of course that's your big rival with Navy.
Right. So when that
Your
pops up,
final
and then
game
when
of the season every year.
Yeah, and I see it say that when it sims I win. I'm like, damn, all right.
You're building the future. You're building the foundation.
And beating your rivals is a big part, like an underrated part of rebuilding a team.
Having fun
Yeah.
at your location, doing the different things together to start to build that unity that will make a big difference in the future.
Yeah, there's a saying in college football that your freshman year, when you get to bowl season, you're no longer a freshman. A lot of players grow up.
Come on. Stop him. There we go.
Mentally and from a confidence standpoint.
I'm like, he's right there. Don't let him go past you.
To my true freshman year, we'll get ready to play.
Well, switching characters, trying to get to the nearest guy.
In my freshman class, and everybody just seemed to grow a foot taller. They were playing with a different.
The one thing I haven't been able to like get myself to in the habit of is I switch players by hitting circle, but you can switch players also by hitting the right stick, like in the direction of the player you want to get to. But I can't, like, I know it's better to do it like that, but I just can't get used to it.
Oh, I didn't know you could do that. That's something I'll have to try to remember, because yeah, I didn't know that either. I was always pressing circle.
Yeah, me too. It's just like muscle memory. Like I can't. I always tell myself, all right, I'm going to start doing this, and then I just don't because like muscle memory.
Right. Well, that's just like the wrestling, dude. I'm so used to the reversals being L2 or I mean R2 or something, and now they've been triangle for the last couple games, and like still trying to remember that. I'm like, oh crap, that's right.
non-traditional matchups.
I hate that when they change the configuration of the controls.
Right. Like, it was fine before. Why'd you change it?
Right, yeah, like...
You're just changing shit to change shit.
Thought I had it, but okay.
I had to knock over my own guy to get in.
Right, I saw that. Boom. Right past him.
Feeding it to their workhorse back to open this game. Great job in the open field. He's got
7 and 5, 9 and 4. It's not bad, though.
No, I mean, this is what real rebuilding is when you're not forcing yourself to win every time.
Yeah. There for a while in the the Washington one, I was like 5-0 against the computer, and then the other day I think I finally had a game I had to play against somebody and I lost. I was like, well, there went that winning streak.
Yeah, but I think you're on track to make the playoffs with Washington.
Yeah, I haven't looked. I know my Oregon one I have to play against.
No, I will tell you that the guy, that Houdini guy, he's probably one of the better players in the league. He's better than I am.
Yeah, I played against him and I got my ass creamed one time, like 90-0. I think it was bad. And there's nothing I can really do. You know, it's like I try.
Yeah. Like, and I try to match you up as much as I can with like the players that are closer to your skill level, but I can't do anything about the guys that are in your conference.
Right.
Like the game schedules all that. Like, I don't have any control over the conference schedule.
Yep.
And he's in the one that he plays as Oregon, like, he's your team's biggest rival, so y'all are going to play every season.
Yeah. And I got my ass creamed every season. It's like,
but
all right.
If you get tired of it, you know, you do get job offers at the end of every year, and you can take other head coaching job offers.
No, okay.
So if you see another school that you like, you can take that job or that, and you can see like what conference they're in before you accept the job.
Oh, okay. What a weird path, but I like it.
Yeah, it took me by surprise.
Yeah, I'm like, what the fuck was that? Surprise actually worked, but
we're going to talk about it a lot throughout the ball game because Navy obviously runs the football first, second, third.
Are you just using Navy's playbook?
Might be to pass the football.
I believe so, yeah.
Yeah, so they run I forget the name of the version, but they run a version of the triple option. So you have a lot of run plays where you have the option to hand it off or keep it, and the option to pitch it. Do you know how to do those?
Kinda.
Okay, so when you have those plays, if it's an option play where you can either hand it off or keep it as the quarterback, if you just snap it and take your thumb off of X, it'll hand it off to the running back. But and that's the ones where like the running back has an arrow going one way and then the quarterback has an arrow going the other way. So what you want to do there, if you hold R2 at this like pre-play before you snap the ball, there'll be a defensive player that'll have an R above his head, and that means that's your option read. So what you're gonna do is he's gonna cover either the quarterback or the running back. If you see him going towards the direction that your running back's going, then you want to hold X instead to keep it as the quarterback. If you see him going away from the running back, then you want to just let the running back take it. So when you snap the ball, if you don't do anything different, it's going to hand it to the running back. But if you snap the ball and then hold X down, your quarterback will fake the handoff and then he'll keep it and run the other way.
Oh, okay.
Okay. And then so you just have to get used to that. So it's you know, do normal if you're going to hand it off to the running back, but if you want to keep it as the quarterback, you hold X. Okay.
Okay.
And then the option play is when you run as the quarterback and you've got another guy that's kind of running alongside you, and you can pitch it to him with L1, and you can either do a quick toss that's slightly less accurate and slightly slower to get to him, but you get rid of it quick, or you can hold L1 to do kind of like a wind up, but you like throw it harder to him and more accurate. So you can so what you do on that is, again, if you do the play art, hold R2 before the play snaps, and you look at the play art, there'll be a defender that has a blue P above his head, and that, again, that's your pitch read. So it's when you take off to run, you're running with the quarterback, you're looking to see, is he covering the quarterback or is he covering the running back? If he's covering the running back, then you just run with the quarterback. If he's coming at your quarterback, then you pitch it, right?
Okay.
The triple option basically combines those two things on a lot of plays. So you'll have a lot of plays that are one or the other or both.
Oh, okay. Okay.
So it's not going to make sense until you practice it, but it'll make a little bit more sense now.
Yeah, no, I get it.
So like the service academies, the Army, Navy, Air Force, and then I think like Georgia Tech and UNLV all run like triple option playbooks.
These small gains are going to turn into longer runs.
They're very good if you can get used to them. They take a little to get used to.
Right. Well, and that's just like with anything. I mean, once you get used to a playbook and then you switch to a different team, you're like, what the hell?
Right.
Third and long from the 28. To throw, it's O'Neal. Lets it fly deep downfield.
Nice.
I wasn't sure if he was going to get that. I was like, oh God. I was like, there's two guys right there. Please go over their head.
Yeah, I was watching it and I'm like switching, trying to get to the guy nearest you. So I'm like, at least tackle him or at least try to do something, but nope.
Yeah, like I'm looking. Oh, okay. I was like, I was so afraid it wasn't going to get over him. I was like, fuck.
Yeah, that was close.
And the extra point pushes the lead to 14.
But yeah, and then see, that's the kind of stuff that when you get time, like I can hop on here, we can go into like a practice thing, and like I can show you that stuff.
Okay.
Like just how to sort of recognize what you're looking at.
Right.
Like another simple thing that I can tell you real quick, when you're on offense. Now, this is not 100% all the time. Like, I don't always follow this. But as a base rule, you want to look at your opponent's safeties. Do you know which players are the safeties on the defense?
Not necessarily, no.
Okay, so they're usually here. Let me don't hike the ball right away, but don't get a delay a game.
Yeah.
Okay. So, you see those two guys at the top of my defense on either side? They're kind of symmetrical in the back. Like the ones all the way in the back. Those are the safeties. So, if you see two high safeties, like what I just did, it's usually easier to run or throw short. If you only see, like here, I'll show you this.
Slow starts, but you got to continue to pick and pick and pick until you find that play or that scheme that you can use.
See, now there's only one guy back there. That's one high safety. Generally, it's going to be harder to run against that because now I have 6-7 guys down in the box, closer to the line of scrimmage. So again, and I don't always listen to it, but just kind of the basic rule is if you see two high safeties, look at how not always, but look at how they're arrayed on the line, and if you have a run play you can audible to that hits a gap that you see, then go for it. If you only see one safety, then you want to be very selective if you run, or you might want to audible to a pass. So it's just something to take into account. It's not always 100%, but so see right there, you just kept it with the quarterback right there, didn't you? Yeah. See, that's the read option. So you snap the ball, you read whether or not to hand it off or keep it, and then you go with that.
Okay, that makes sense.
And I'm not. If you want me to shut up, I'm not trying to like lecture you.
No, you're fine. Because I have no idea. I said I know how to pass, I know how to run, I know how to catch. Sometimes that's about it.
Yeah, and it's a lot to learn, and it's a lot even more to get used to. But it's like if you don't have anyone say it, you don't have anywhere to start to get used to it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Dang, I thought I got the first thing. Okay.
I thought you did too. Holy shit.
Yeah, because I saw the crowd like going nuts, and I'm like, wait a minute, did I get it, man?
Well, the crowd is half mine and half yours.
Right.
On defense, I'm going to show you something on defense real quick. So don't pick your play right away. Always wait for your opponent to pick their play first. Okay.
Okay.
Now, don't worry too much about what play you're picking, but so watch. So if I come out in this, what does it say? How many wide receivers does it say I have? Right there in the little screen at the bottom, it'll say like 1 running back, 1 tight end, 3 receivers, or
1 running back, 1 tight end, 3 wide receivers.
Yeah. Okay. So what you're gonna look at here is if your opponent is coming out with 3 or more receivers, you want to make sure you're ready in case it's a pass play. 4 receivers, and it's almost always a pass play. 5 receivers, it's definitely a pass play, unless it's a trick play. Now, it's not 100%, but it's like you just, okay, so if you see 2 receivers, well, they could still pass, but now they're set up better to run. If they've got 3 receivers or more, they could still run, but they're set up better to pass. So what you want to do there is, I mean, first of all, just knowing that you can sort of be ready for what they might do, and sort of have an idea what to watch for. But now you're going to get into personnel. So go over to where it says formation.
Okay.
All right. Do you see? What do you see? Do you see 3-4, 4-3? Do you see 3-3-5?
I see 3-4-5-2 nickel and dime.
Okay. All right. Pick a play out. I'll go over more with you here in just a second.
Dime.
3-4.
Okay.
3-4. You said 3-4 nickel and dime and something else.
I think it was like 5-2.
5-2. Okay. So 4-3. You're in a 4-3 right now. You see, you got 4 guys with their hands in the dirt. That's 4 on the line, and then 3 linebackers behind them, and then you got 4 defensive backs arrayed wide. So 4-3. So those numbers always I just messed up. Those numbers, the 4-3 or 3-4, those always correspond to the first number is how many down linemen on the line. The second number is how many linebackers.
Okay.
If there's a third number, it's talking about your defensive backs, the smaller, faster guys that cover the receivers.
Oh, okay.
So 3-4 is 3 guys down in the line and 4 linebackers arrayed behind them. So, but the big thing is when you see that I come out in three receivers, you want to. That's when you generally. And again, this isn't a hard rule, but it's a place to start. Okay, I'm giving you the base rule, and then you got to learn when to go against the base rule. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it makes sense.
So when you see me with 2 or fewer receivers, or 2 or more running backs, that's when that's when you want to look at coming out in 4-3 and 3-4. If you see me come out with 3 receivers, you want to come out in nickel, because what that is so here, I'll show you a difference here. So, all right, so I'm going to come out in this. All right, see, I got 2 safeties up there. The 2 guys on the very ends of my defense that are kind of out wide back a little bit, those are my 2 cornerbacks. So I have 4 defensive backs. Go ahead and snap it. So I've got 4 defensive backs, 2 cornerbacks, and then the 2 safeties that are up high. Those are defensive backs, right?
Right.
In 4-3 and 3-4, that's your setup. 2 safeties, 2 corners, and then 7 linemen and defensive and linebackers. So again, you got that 3-4, 4-3, the defensive line and linebackers. Those are 7, and then you got 4 defensive backs, right?
Right.
Nickel substitutes one of your linebackers for a 5th defensive back, and the reason for that is because if your opponent comes out with 3 receivers, well, you got a corner on their top receiver, you got a corner on their second receiver. Who covers the 3rd receiver? Well, usually it's a linebacker. But the problem with that is most of the time receivers are smaller and faster and quicker than linebackers. So if you see your opponent come out with 3 receivers, you come out in nickel, that substitutes one of your linebackers for another defensive back, for another corner or safety that can cover that 3rd receiver.
Right. Okay.
So I found out that this game is a lot about personnel. Having the right personnel on the field is almost as important or more important than calling the right play. So if I see you come out with 3 receivers, I'm probably going nickel because I want to have the right number of fast guys to match your fast guys to be able to cover you, right? If I put a linebacker on your little fast slot receiver, he's probably getting open.
Right. Okay.
So now Dime takes it a step further. Dime is going to give you a 6th defensive back. And it's going to take away, depending on the formation, either one of your 4 defensive linemen or take away a 2nd linebacker. So when you see someone come out in 4 receivers or 5 receivers, that's when you want to go with Dime. Or if there's another one. And this is getting a little intricate here, but so Dime or Dollar. But if you see 4 or 5 receivers, Dime or Dollar, either one of those, it's Dollar is Dime. The only difference is that the only difference between Dollar and Dime is Dime has 4 is a 4-3 with 6 receivers.
Okay.
Dollar is 3-4, so it's 3 guys on the line, 3 defensive line. Right.
Okay.
So, and then there's a variation called 3-3-5, which is what it sounds like: three guys on the line, 3 linebackers, and 5 defensive backs. But you always want to make sure that you have the right number of corners on the field for the number of receivers that your opponent has out. So if they have 3 receivers, you go nickel. If they have 4 receivers, you go Dime or Dollar.
Okay.
Again, there are exceptions. There's often exceptions. But these are the basics, so you can sort of learn from there.
Right. Okay.
So that's why you always want to, and I still do this half the time, but you want to wait until wait until the offensive player picks his play before you pick your play. Because if you see me have 4 receivers, then you want to look for a play that at the top says Dollar or Dime. And if you don't see one, you can quickly go over to formations, go down to Dime or Dollar formation, and then pick your play that way.
Okay.
Now, do you know the difference between man and zone coverage?
Zone, you just kind of, it's almost like basketball. You're just kind of in a certain area. Man to man means you literally cover that person.
Correct. So it's the same basic concept. So I'm going to go into that more next time you're on defense when you can see your plays. But the basics of what I'm going to go over with you is the play art when you're picking your plays. The ones with all the blue and yellow and pink circles, those are zone. The ones without those circles on it is man-to-man.
Okay.
And now there's a lot of them. A lot of the man plays will have like the safeties in zone, but everyone else in man or something like that. But
yeah.
But that's what that is. So to know whether you're doing zone or man, when you're looking at the plays, it's the circles are the zones that each person covers.
Okay.
Now on 2nd down.
I hope this is like sort of helping you sort of better understand what you're looking at.
Yeah. No, I got it. Like I kind of get what you're saying.
Yeah, and again, it's just one of those things that you'll probably have to hear it like multiple times. But if you don't hear it the first time, then how will you ever be able to start to understand it? Like, I don't expect you to come away with this suddenly knowing everything, but
no, girl, you're funny.
And again, I'm not trying to lecture you, so I don't want it to sound or to get like.
No. You're fine. Like I'm listening.
And they try to run inside, and there is nowhere to go.
This is my defensive tackle, Jackson Moy.
Girl, come on. How are you doing this? You good. See, we're fine.
Here comes the offense on 2nd down.
I didn't need my hands up. Thank you.
Give to the fullback.
Oh.
Damn, it looked like someone took out his knee.
That's what it looked like, yeah. If I was looking,
A third and long
stay off the
coming
table.
up here. Now on the option. He just refused to go down, kept finding space and picked up 7. It'll be 4th and 1.
Well, the fullback helping out his offense here, running the football. Nice job finding the hole and getting upfield. Takes a lot to bring this guy down.
And the offense will stay on the field. Do you think they're just going to try to make the defense jump? Running for it on 4th down. They'll get it to the 48, though. Need to measure it to
I was like, you guys should have tried.
I like aggressiveness, especially early in ball games. Set the tone. I'm going to go for it. I'm going to play 4-down football. Nowadays, it makes a lot of sense. You see it with analytics. Go for it, even if it's in your own territory.
Yeah, okay, so what was it like? So if you see, before you pick a play, they show the guy and it says he's like potential injury. Wasn't there a quick option to just hit something? Because I've tried going and coaching and switching people out and it doesn't work.
So
it
it doesn't work with your running back specifically, right?
Yeah.
So I'll show you how. Hit pause. So there are two ways to do it, but this is the best way because it is working. But what's happening is you're not completely subbing them out. Go to your depth chart.
That's under coaching, right?
Yep.
Yeah, coaching, depth chart. Okay.
All right, hit R2 so you can go to halfbacks.
All right, halfbacks.
Do you see the one with the negatives?
Yeah.
Okay, so switch him out, move him all the way down your thing, and move your next 3 or whatever up.
Okay.
See, and this is what you do, but it still seems like he's always in the game, right?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna show you why.
Okay, so I did all that, and now what?
So there's 3 different running back starting positions. There's your starting running back, which is right here. And you just made him so he's not the starting running back. Hold R2.
Okay.
Go up. Go to 3D RB.
3D RB.
So 3D RB means third down running back. Now, generally, what you want here is a running back that's good at pass catching. That's not always the same guy as your number 1 running back, right?
Mm-hmm.
But in a lot of cases, your best running back is the best, so by default, he gets put here as well. So I'm willing to bet the guy that you subbed out at the other one, he's your top running back here too, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so you got to move him down here as well. And this is like third down. It's like 3rd and 6. You need to get a first down. You're probably passing at this play. The running back's more likely going to be on a passing route. This is your third down running back, your specialist running back. Now there's a third. There's a third position.
Back out.
There's a third position.
Okay.
So if you hold R2 and go down 1, PWHB.
Right.
That's power running back. This is your short yardage back. The one where it's 3rd or 4th down and you only got to get 1 or 2 yards to get the first down, or you're on the goal line and you just got to punch it in to get a touchdown. This is usually your power back. This is the one that's going to have better break tackle, better trucking, and better stiff arm. And he's going to be your big muscle guy, right?
Okay.
Again, it could be the same guy.
Right.
So when you need to sub out your running back, you got to make sure that you sub him out on your main running back position and then the specialty positions as well.
Oh, okay.
And so all of these, everything between punter and the bottom of the list, this starting with kick returner, KR, going all the way down to SL, CB, those are specialty roles. Okay, they're separate from your normal positions. So, real quick, let me just go through this with you and show you what these are so you understand them, okay?
Mm-hmm.
All right, so just hold R2. We're just going to go through real quick. So, KR is kick returner. So whenever, at the start of the game, start of halftime, whenever I score a touchdown and I kick the ball to you, The top two guys on that depth chart right there are going to be the two guys that you have back waiting to catch the kick and try to run back.
Okay.
PR is punt returner. It's the same thing. Most of the time it's going to be the same two guys. This is when I, don't get a first down and I need to punt it to you. These are the two guys that are going to be, your best returners for that. Kickoff starter, you don't really have to worry about that. That's just who does your kickoffs, which is either going to be your kicker or punter. 99% of the time you don't have to worry about that. Same thing with long snapper, LS, you don't have to worry about that. I just explained third down running back and power running back. SL wide receiver. Okay, what this is remember earlier how I was telling you, so the basic formations for football, like I said, defense, you got two corners, right?
Yeah.
That's because the basic formation for offense is usually one running back, two tight ends, two receivers. Okay?
Okay.
So, if you go scroll all the way down to flip the thing and go to wide receiver. Okay, so you have 6 spots there, right?
Yeah.
Follow along with me because this is going to get slightly confusing. When you come out with your base offense and you've got 2 wide receivers, whoever is that number 1 receiver on your depth chart is going to be the one to your quarterback's left that's the farthest out to the left. Okay?
Okay.
The one in the number 2 spot is going to be the one that's to your right, the farthest out to the right, closest to the sideline. Okay?
Okay.
Now, when you come out in a formation with 3 wide receivers, it is not always the number 3 guy here that's going to be your third wide receiver on the field. So Watkins, it may or may not be Watkins. I'm going to show you real quick, okay?
Okay.
So, but what 3 and 4 definitely are is when Hutchison needs to sit on the bench and catch his breath, or if he gets hurt or whatever, Watkins comes in for him. If Evans needs to take a break and sit down, McGee, number 4, comes in for him. So 3 is the relief for 1, 4 is the relief for 2. Similarly, 5 is the relief for 3, 6 is the relief for 4. Okay?
Okay.
Now, again, that's in relief. But when it comes to when you have 3, 4, or 5 receivers on the field,
right?
Okay. Hold R2, scroll back up to SL wide receiver. SL wide receiver stands for slot wide receiver. Okay.
SL. Oh, okay. See it.
All right. So here, this is going to be when you have 3 wide receivers on the field. Whoever is in the number 1 spot here is going to be what's called your slot wide receiver. Okay. This guy's always going to be lined up in between the boundary receivers. He's going to be the one that's closest to your offensive line. That's a receiver. Okay. He's going to run the short, quick, underneath routes with the quick cuts across the field. He's generally not going to be the one going on streaks like straight down the field. Okay. So generally you want your quickest, your best change of direction receiver here. Okay. Your best route runners, because he's going to be generally smaller, faster type of receiver. It doesn't always have to be a receiver. You can set a receiver, you can set a receiving halfback, you can set a tight end to be your slot receiver. But whoever's number 1 here is going to be the third receiver on the field, and he's going to be always going to be the one that's the closest to your offensive line. Okay. Now, if you go out with 4 receivers, well, hold on, before I go to that. It is possible that you can set your first or second receiver to your slot receiver. Okay? So how you have Hutchison and Evans are your 1 and 2. If you were to put, let's just say don't do this, but if you were to put Hutchison, who's your number 1 receiver, as your number 1 slot receiver, he would normally line up on the boundary outside, but when you come out with 3 receivers, Hutchison would move in, and then your number 2 receiver, Evans, would move over to the left side, and your number 3 receiver, which was Watkins, would move out to the far right side. So you can set one of your top receivers to also be your slot receiver, and they just move around.
Okay.
Okay. Now, if you now with your current setup, Watkins is your slot receiver. If you go out with 4 receivers, farthest to the left will be your number 1. Farthest to the right will be your number 2. The third one, the one that's closest to your offensive line, will be Watkins.
Yeah.
And then the 4th receiver will be whoever's number 4, McGee, would be the 4th receiver on the field.
Okay.
Okay. It's a lot. I understand it takes some getting used to, but it's just really okay. So similarly, though, again to what I was telling you earlier, go to SLCB.
Okay.
Okay, same thing. If you go up to just CB, remember I told you come out with 2 corners.
Oh yeah.
So your number 1 corner, Oniha, is the one that would cover my number 1 receiver. Your number 2 corner is the one that would cover my number 2 receiver. But remember I told you if I come out with 3 receivers, you want to come out in nickel, right?
Mhm.
Well, if you go down to SLCB, whoever is your number 1 on SLCB is the defensive back that will come in and cover my slot receiver. That's why it's SLCB, is slot corner.
Okay.
And see, just like your wide receiver can be number 1 wide receiver, but he'll move inside when you need a slot receiver. Your cornerback, your number 1 cornerback, is also your slot corner. So when I only have 2 receivers, he's on the outside boundary covering the outside guys. But if I come out with three receivers, Oniha is going to move into to inside and cover my slot guy. So similar there. The other ones, RLE, RRE, and RDT, are just on when you call pass rush specific plays like blitzes.
Yeah.
It just changes out your offensive or your defensive linemen.
Okay.
You don't really have to worry about this too much, but just because your team already has this set up, I'm going to show you the point of it. If you go scroll up to your right end or left end, LE or RE on your normal roster.
All right.
So you've got Matt German, and Justice Ryder.
Yeah, I got Matt German on RE, and LE is Ryder. Yeah.
Okay, so those are the guys that are on the defensive line, right there on the line of scrimmage, that are on the ends of your line, on left end and right end. And they're the ones that are there normally that are going to rush the quarterback, right?
Okay.
But when you're specifically trying to blitz and get to the quarterback, if you go down to RLE, and you'll notice that it's your outside linebacker, not your defensive end that's there, McLean. The reason for that is he has better acceleration, and he has the physical ability quick jump, which lets him get off the line faster. So think of it like it's a rush play. It's a pass rush play. You want the guys that can get off the line the fastest.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense.
So it just moves people around for specific. That's what these specialist positions are. It's specific scenarios to put in the guys that are specialists in that particular job.
Okay. Right.
So,
okay.
And the same thing with DT. A lot of times your defensive ends will move inside to your DT. DTs are the big fat guys in the middle of your line.
Yeah.
Well, if you're trying to rush the passer, you move one of the guys that's normally on the end to inside, and he's faster than the big fat guy that's normally there.
Okay.
So
that makes sense.
Same basic concept. So sorry for the little mini lesson there, but again, I hope this is
that helps.
It helps you at least understand what you're seeing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Because otherwise, I'm like, what?
Right. And like I said, I don't expect you to suddenly, get everything, and you can always ask me to refresh your memory. But in my experience, it's just being able to understand what you're seeing is the first step in being able to learn how to do the stuff.
Okay.
So.
No, I appreciate it. So when I backed out of that, even though I did some subs, now the subs should work, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Let's see if they go back to the air.
If they don't, let me know.
Oh, yeah, now I see different names. Okay.
Yep. Yeah. Now, there is another way I'll show you on how to do that. but it's kind of janky, and you're on a time clock while you're picking your play. So if you go over to formation, and like just go over whatever any formation you see, if you press triangle, you got substitution. You can go in there and you can quickly like substitute one guy for another. Okay. But you're on the play clock, like you just like you. I'm gonna. Yeah. So.
Okay.
So that's. I don't like doing it there unless you have to, but it is an option.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I thought there was an option to do it. I just wasn't sure where it was at.
Yeah.
Well, I suck at the kicks. I'm usually okay at this, but like a shitty kick like this.
Well, we are playing with teams that are not as good as the ones that we normally play with, too. So.
Yeah.
San Diego State takes over as the offense is ready to go to work. They'll throw it on first down. Looking to the big tight end. A strike downfield. Open runway ahead. And a pickup of better than 30 yards. Before the defense brings him down.
I was going to show you something, but the clock is still running, so and we're almost at halftime, so I don't have time to show you something right here.
If I'm on offense, I'm trying to find a lot of ways to get him touches in this game.
They say it's still a game of field position, and that last one just flipped this baby. They've got it 1st and 10 in the red zone. He wants it all. Snagged in the end zone. Touchdown, San Diego State. They'll try to add another to their lead. And with the extra point, they push the lead out a little further.
Do you know how to do hot routes?
Play calling on that drive. Just 2 plays, they get the long touchdown pass to pay it off.
Kinda? I mean, I've done them a couple times.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, you just basically, like, before you snap the ball, you hit triangle, then you pick the receiver, and then you pick the route you want him to go on.
Oh, yeah.
So, like, if you come out in a play and you see, like, one of my defenders is right up close to your receiver and there's nobody behind him to sort of help with that, then you might want to put that receiver on a streak to try to see if you can get past him really quick and get open. Stuff like that.
Okay.
Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. They'll give it to the back. And he could not get loose on the run. And as time runs out here in the second quarter, the offense doesn't want to make this deficit any bigger, so they'll take the knee and head to the half. We've played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update. The Aztecs will kick it away first, and we'll start the second half.
Bless you.
Fair catch called for and made. And the Midshipman offense.
So I can tell right now that this is going to be some kind of running option play of some kind.
Maybe a big comeback is in the offing here in bowl season.
Yeah, that didn't help me know which way we were running. That was the computer that did that. But yeah, the flex bone, wishbone, all that stuff. That's the crazy plays.
Yeah, they are. I'm like, what?
Together in the second half, they can close the season out with a nice
they definitely take some getting used to.
After getting knocked back to open this drive, it's 2nd and 12. Looking to throw, it's Woodson.
Oh, bro. I just want to snap it, not pass it.
Yeah, I do. I've done that sometimes too, where you accidentally like double click X.
Well, the QB looked like
yeah.
where he wanted to go with that
I was waiting for him to hike it, and finally hiked it next time I was throwing it. And I'm like, no, wrong guy.
Now facing a 3rd and long. Pre-snap motion in the backfield. Getting some heat.
Oh wow!
Hit him over the top.
I thought I had you on a sack too. Wait, come here.
And he gets it down to the 4-yard line before he's finally stopped. A terrific run after the catch.
And That's what makes this offense so dangerous. They've got playmakers all over.
That's a weird-ass freaking play.
Third and long on any given
But it
play,
worked.
they can
I'll take it.
Distance. They
Right.
do right there. Not just moving the chains, but setting themselves up now, 1st and goal.
And he gets it back to the 4-yard line. No farther than that. No gain on the play. They'll give it another shot on 2nd and goal from the 4. The big fullback's got it. And he'll be stuck. Got nothing. Line of scrimmage still at the 4.
And now a big third
And it
down.
might help if you're on big dudes that get out of your way.
Yeah, right?
I hate that. I have so many plays get blown up because my own guys get them away. It's like, come on.
Right, and I'm sitting there, like, trying to get past. I'm like, yeah, I can't get past your ass. Can't spin past you. Like, move.
Give them a chance to score this touchdown.
It's as if there's a force field that's been keeping them out of the end zone and off the scoreboard. They'll try to change it on 3rd and goal. And they'll
Hey, he fell in.
What's his name?
I saw him
Sean
and
Nani?
he fell in.
Your kicker's name is Sean Nani.
Now it's 4th and goal, but you're on the
Oh, he
2-yard
dropped
line.
it before he fell in. Damn it. Oh, yeah, the not. Yeah.
A famous writer once said, most men lead lives of quiet desperation. Here it
Couldn't get off
There
the
we
block.
go.
Touchdown, Navy!
Damn it, I couldn't get off the block. I guess switched to the right guy, but I couldn't get off the fucking block to tackle
In
me.
the beef, the goal line package, all the heavy guys, the tight ends, and just pound the rock when you need it. Running back falling forward, getting the touchdown. Offense just went big on your booty.
Ready to try the point after. The extra point is good, but they're still down 28-7. They put together a 74-yard touchdown drive, and they close the deal, pushing their way inches into the end zone.
Yep. Way out of
A rather
Yeah.
inauspicious start with the kickoff out of
I hit it
bounds
too
and great
early.
field position for this offense.
All right, so here's how you slide your line. So there's controls on defense to control, like to adjust position groups. You can adjust your defensive line, you can adjust your linebackers, you can adjust your
Right.
defensive backs. If you press left on the D-pad, and you can then either left or right on the left stick, you'll shift your line to where. So if you think I'm going to run, you shift it towards the way you think I'm going to run, right?
Oh, okay, yeah.
If you think, you can also do up or down.
And he'll find
Up
enough
spreads
running
them
room
out,
to get it just
down
short
pinches
of
them in.
midfield
So if you
at
think
the
I'm running
45.
outside but you don't know which side, you can just
So
spread it
that's
out.
what okay.
If you think I'm going to run up the middle, then you can hit down and just pinch your line down.
Making your situation really good
Okay.
on the next down.
So it's like if you think I'm going to run some way, then right. See, so if you thought I was going to run up the middle, then you would do that, and you were right. I was still able to get a hole, but you were right. Like that would have been the correct adjustment.
Yeah.
You can do that with your entire, like each individual section. So if you press, right on the D-pad, you have the same options with your linebackers. Yeah. So you can move them left, move them right, spread them out, pinch them down.
Movement of their own. They move the tight end all over.
Oh, okay.
Out of the shotgun, they go to the
And
ground.
that'll take practice with getting to know like what you're looking at and what you think they're going to do. Because the flip side is if you guess wrong, you could open yourself up. If you think I'm running inside and you pinch your guys in and then I run outside, well now you don't have his guy out there on the edge to cover him. So it's kind of a gamble. But if you're playing and you're watching your opponent's tendencies, you can sort of get an idea what they might do, right?
Right.
He's going to hit it, and right now he's doing some damage on this defense.
There's other stuff, but I'm not going to try to overload you with everything. But like,
Oh, you're good. You're good.
but like, there's other stuff you can do. Like, there's shading, which if you press triangle, it pulls up for your DBs, and you can have them shade inside, outside, up or down. And what that is you're telling your receivers stay inside of or you're telling your corners stay inside of the receivers, stay under the receivers, stay over top of the receivers. You know what I'm saying? Like if you to try to guard them.
Okay.
And then it's just figuring out the different situations that you would want to shade inside, or the situation you'd want to shade outside.
Right.
And if you want to, I think there's a, if you press like L1, or I think, and then press R1, I think it spreads your entire defense out.
Yeah, shift the whole defense.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I just did it. Okay.
Yeah, so like L1, it lets you do your entire defense at one time.
Trying to get to it.
No, fuck.
And the pressure was too much. They get him at the 15.
His name is Job.
Execution by this defense.
You have a linebacker whose name is Job.
It's probably pronounced Job, but yeah.
Dude, he missed his calling. He should be a fucking wrestler.
Right?
It's still third
Job
and
Grant.
goal.
He could be the new Al Snow.
Right?
He's looking downfield to throw. That's caught. It's Welsh.
Yeah, I'm a little. I kind of saw it coming with 2K because they, they make the NBA games, but with our wrestling DLC, they're giving us 3 freaking NBA players in one of our DLC packs this year instead of wrestling.
That's crazy.
Yeah, a lot of people are complaining about that. Last year we had Pat McAfee and his goons from football, and now we get 3 NBA players, and they haven't even told us who they are. Oh, and we get 2 celebrities in different packs too. Yeah, not happy about that. But we know
Did they
that
just
one
run
of
out of
them.
wrestlers, or?
No, they just refuse to add in the NXT characters that we really, really want. And I'm like, really? Because there's so many NXT talent that deserve to be on the game. And not just that, you have you have JC Jane and you have Fallon Henley. They're part of Fatal Influence, but you don't have Jasmine Nix in the game, and you don't have her as a DLC pack. That just doesn't make sense.
Right.
When they've been a faction for over a year.
I mean, I kind of understand the Pat McAfee one, but
yeah.
I mean,
but yeah, even that though, he should have just been by himself.
Yeah.
We didn't really need, AJ Hawk and all the rest of his podcasts last year. I
feel like if they're gonna do that, they should just do an extra DLC pack instead of taking spots away of in the normal.
In the season pass, yeah.
Just make an extra free DLC pack. Put the athletes and celebrities in it, whatever. But don't make it take the place of one that would have wrestlers in it.
Right. Yeah,
but I did kind of like the idea of Pat McAfee and his crew being the new Mean Street Posse.
Yeah, I mean which I thought was kind of funny. And they were smart though this year. They just brought back Pat. They didn't bring back the rest of them.
Right.
I was like, oh, thank God.
Well, I mean, at this point though, somebody's going to create them on CC, so it's like.
Oh yeah. Because our first pack for this year is a pretty stacked pack, except for the celebrity, which we don't know who it is. But I have a feeling it's probably going to be Travis Scott, because people have said it's probably going to be Travis Scott.
He's gotten a lot of heat.
Yeah.
Big time heat.
It doesn't help that he legit punched Cody Rhodes in the face.
Yeah, he's got people that want to legitimate fight him. Bubba Ray was going off on him.
Yep, I heard that.
I still think it's fucking crazy that the game that they give us intergender matches back, and then they bring in New Jack.
Yeah, I know.
It's just, I know it's complete coincidence,
because of that, we're thinking that maybe one of our DLC celebrities could be Andy Kaufman.
Hey, that'd be cool.
Now, that would make sense. I mean, he's in the Hall of Fame. His family signed a Legends contract. And now you have intergender matches back. It would make sense to bring him back. He was the first, intergender champion.
Right.
So it would make sense. But at that point, it's okay, you're going to have him, but you're not going to have Jerry the King Lawler in the game? Okay.
Yeah, you've got to have Jerry Lawler in the game if you're going to bring in Andy Kaufman.
Yeah. But no, our first pack, I think, is pretty good, which 4 of them are names I want. We're getting the Motor City Machine Guns, we're getting Julia, and we're getting Stephanie McClure. And I'm like, okay, that first pack is worth the DLC alone. Our second pack, one of the people we're getting is Penta.
That's cool. I wonder if Phoenix comes in, if they put him in.
I just want to get the first down, understanding the situation.
I mean, it would be nice. I'm pretty sure after what I saw Monday night, because they had Chad Gable dressed in a lucha mask, and tried to, and everybody knows that was Chad. But backstage, he did the interview with Kathy Kelly, and in the background, you see the security guards escorting a luchador away, and that mask design, the size, everything is Ray Phoenix. You can totally tell
if it wasn't like American themed, I would have thought it was Ray Phoenix, to be honest.
Yeah.
Dumps it to the back.
But a lot of people are saying that maybe they, framed, or Chad, framed Ray Phoenix. Because what's interesting, too, is if you look at the mask that Chad wears, it says American made. But if you look at the one that the other guy was wearing, if you look at it real close, it doesn't say that. But yet they're the same designs as Ray Phoenix's mask. And I'm sitting there going, and the shoes were different and everything, and I'm sitting there going, and the security guard one that they took away, his hands were hidden, so you couldn't see his tattoos. We all know that Ray Phoenix has hand tattoos and stuff.
So it may have been that Chad Gable knew Phoenix was there that night and intentionally dressed up like him.
You know what's interesting at this point of the game?
Yeah,
with the lead in the fourth,
I think the whole storyline is, and in Supercard, they have a Penta quest going on called "Brother, Where Art Thou?" for Penta, and I'm sitting there going, okay, so you're hinting that Phoenix is coming, and then you go and pull Chad Gable luchador stunt, and I'm sitting there going, okay, I see what you're doing. You're throwing us off, but we're not all that stupid.
Right.
Defense going all in to stop the run.
And they said that Ray Phoenix is ready to debut any minute, and there is already plans set in motion to have him debut before WrestleMania.
Bro, listen, I love Penta. Like, literally, I have one of his masks that he wore at an indie show.
Oh, yeah, I remember you telling me that, yeah.
Like, I mean, this is a long time ago. This was, like, before Lucha Underground. But, like, I've said for a long time that if WWE wanted the next Rey Mysterio, they would get Phoenix.
Yeah. Oh, for sure.
Like, and again, that's not trying to take anything away from Penta. I love Penta.
Right. Or even Dragon Lee. I mean, they've watered Dragon Lee down quite a bit in a way. If you think about it, you watch his NXT stuff or even his stuff in AEW, it was like, okay, he was good. And then all of a sudden they bring him up to the main roster and he's like, eh.
Right. You know who I'm surprised that WWE has never signed as far as a luchador? Because I feel like he'd be so fucking marketable in WWE is Dragos.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know why. Like, he's literally a fucking dragon.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that guy was, oh my god, in Lucha Underground, his freaking whole outfit was amazing.
Right. Like, how is that? How did somebody in WWE not see him and think that we could make a fucking fortune off of merchandise with him?
Oh, yeah. You know, and tag him up with, like, Dragon Lee or something would be amazing.
Right.
They need, like, a whole luchador faction, not just Latino World Order, but a luchador faction.
You know what they need? What was that one that was really big in Japan and Ring of Honor? It was huge. It was like the anti-Bullet Club.
Yeah, I can't remember. I know what you're talking about. I just can't remember the name of it.
Fucking the guy that's in WWE now was in it. He was one of the main guys.
The Guerrillas of War.
No, not that.
No, not that.
No, it was because like Evil was in it and stuff.
Oh, Evil Uno.
No, not Evil Uno. No, I mean Evil, like the Japanese guy.
Oh, okay.
The guy that was like
they're just not able to hook up.
Yeah, I don't know.
Like, oh god. Because Evil dated that one female wrestler that everyone knows. I think he dated Io Sky.
And when you're on the edge and there's no threat of the run, pin your ears back, get the nice touchdown.
No, it was like Los Ingobernables or something like that.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I don't remember that.
Who's the guy that the LW, or I don't know if he's an LW. Who's like the big leader of the Latino faction? Not before
Santos.
The LW.
Santos.
Yeah, he was in Los Ingobernables.
Okay, yeah, because Santos was originally what the hell was he in Lucha Underground? He was King Cuerno.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think he was in Los Ingobernables. I'll need to look it up.
He was King Cuerno, and then Killshot was Swerve Scott. Which, honestly, they dropped the ball with Isaiah Swerve Scott, in my opinion. But
shit, I need my fucking running back.
I was gonna say, that guy is, like, injured beyond injured. I'm like looking at it, I'm like, damn, how the hell has he not been carted out?
Minus 19, minus 20, minus 20, minus 18, minus 17, minus 17, minus 19. Yeah.
Yeah, he needs to sit out for a while. Yeah.
You're done for the day, buddy.
Yeah. Check my messages. Texting.
Hold on, let me see something real quick. I know I'm not saying the name of the faction right. I can never say it right.
Yeah, I kind of know what you're talking about. I can't remember. Yes, 2K, you guys definitely get on that because that is really making it so I can't make calls right now. I mean, I can, but they're just going to look funny because I can't morph the faces because apparently face morph after 3 updates in a week, and they still haven't fixed that.
Okay. Los Ingobernables, Spanish for the Ungovernables, is a lucha libre stable based in CMLL.
I kind of remember it.
It was formed in 2014 by La Mascara, Rush, and La Sombra. And the members, let me find it. So it's had Rush, La Mascara, La Sombra, Marco Corleone, Naito, he was in it. Let's see. Peroth, La Bestia del Rang, Rey Escorpion, El Terrible, Bushi, Evil, Rush, Sonata, Jay Lethal was in it. Hiromu Takahashi, Shingo Takagi, Titan, Yoda Tsuji.
I would love to see Jay Lethal come to, even if he's just in NXT, I would love to see him come and be the Black Machismo.
Bro, at one point, Killer Cross and Scarlet were in it.
Oh,
Dragon
damn.
Lee was in it. Dralistico was in it. Andrade was in it. This, like I said, it was like the anti-Bullet Club Bullet Club.
It was like the Latino Bullet Club.
Yeah, kind of.
I like that.
Atlantis, Diamante was in
Latino
it.
Bullet Club.
Yeah, like they need something like that. Like if they were to do like that type of like Bullet Club style Latino faction.
Well, and that's why I always felt like Legado del Fantasma and Latino World Order should just join forces.
See, that's what I thought Legado del Fantasma was going to be when it first started. Was like that, the Los Ingobernables.
Yeah, because they were great in NXT, and then they brought them up to the main roster, and then they just flopped. And then they recently get rid of Elektra Lopez, and I'm sitting there going, she was what made Legado in NXT.
Right.
And it's like, and then they took Zelina out of LWO now, so she could be by herself because, well, I know why they're doing that, because Aleister Black is coming back and he's supposed to be on SmackDown. So they want her to be with her husband. I get that, but it's like, and then Andrade, he just kind of floats around right now.
Yeah, and Evil and Io were the two that dated when they were in Japan. I don't know if they're still together, but
yeah.
Defense rose up deep in its own end.
But I remember her being associated with him, and he was in that faction. And they were one of those. They were like the Bullet Club in that you would see them pop up in Japan and Mexico at Ring of Honor, like everywhere.
We are winding it down, guys.
I would love to see. You remember that trios faction they had with Io and Kairi Sane and Lucha Underground?
Yeah, Lotus Triad.
Lotus. Yeah, I wish they'd bring that to WWE because they've already got Kairi, they got Io. I think we need the other one. I can't remember who it was though.
I can't remember who it was, but yeah, they should. They were fucking awesome. Like I showed that to my mom because my mom watches the wrestling every week.
Mm-hmm.
I showed that match with them and Penta to show her how good all three of them are because WWE won't let them do the stuff that they can do.
Well, yeah, and it's like, dude, the most iconic Lucha Underground match that I remember, I say it's iconic, but a lot of people say it's underrated, is Chelsea Green and Penta.
I'm going to be honest, man. My favorite thing about Lucha Underground was the fucking Johnny Mundo's faction. I fucking love that. Jack Evans.
Oh my God, yes.
Justin Gabriel and Taya, like they were so fucking hilarious, but they were also.
Oh my God.
It was like
Justin Gabriel was ahead of was it the Rabbit Tribe?
No, that was Justin Gabriel was the Wolf guy that was in with Johnny Mundo. You're talking about Paul London.
PJ Black.
Paul London. Yeah, PJ Black.
Oh, Paul London was the okay, that's right.
Yeah, Paul London was the Rabbit Tribe guy. Yeah.
Yeah, which honestly, if that would have worked the way it's supposed to, it was almost like a weird form of what now is the Wyatt Six, if you think about it.
Right. No, 100%. But I just, dude, like, Worldwide Underground was so funny. Like with.
Yes.
I mean, they were so talented. It was like, I remember watching them. I was like, it's like if you cross DX with the Four Horsemen.
Yeah.
Like, it's like you got the
so
ridiculousness
stupid, but
of them, but they're also so fucking good.
Oh yeah.
Like John Morrison, Jack Evans, and Justin Gabriel, like they're so good, and they're so underrated.
Oh my God!
Like, I love
Worldwide
Underground.
To be able to do some of that lucha stuff that he did, I think I remember Angelico when he jumped from that one part of the stage,
yeah,
and literally flew.
Well, dude, do you remember when Io did the same thing?
Yes. Dude, I was like, oh my God.
She did the same thing. She jumped off the office there and into the ring. It was nuts. Yeah, I mean, Angelico did it first, but Io did it too.
Like their freaking version of the casket match and stuff was so good.
Yeah, I love Lucha.
Who the hell was No Mess? Wasn't No Mess.
What the fuck? I have a guy whose name is Rashad Rashid. Who names these people?
I think probably a randomizer.
Rashad Rashid. It's okay. I had one guy whose name was like Timothy Timotei. Timothy Timotei.
Luckily, I only got like a minute or two left, but yeah. Oh my goodness.
Some of the names are hilarious, dude.
I had one that I swore up and down. If I read it the way I read it, it looked like it said Bung Julio, but I think it was Bung Julio. But if you pronounce it wrong, I was like, what did that just say? And when it showed up on the recruiting board, and I tried to recruit it, and I didn't get it. For some reason, it went to, I don't know if it went to somebody else or if it just, like, disappeared, but I only saw it one time, and I was like, who in the hell, like you said, who names these characters?
Right. Like, it is probably a randomizer, but it's just funny, dude. Like, some of the time, like, how, with all the name possibilities, do you get, like Roger? Like, what the fuck?
Or like Richard Dickerson. It's like, right. Oh man, that poor guy's fucked, you know?
Right.
They're setting up the screen. He's all the way down to the 2.
I'm like, so your name is literally going to be Dick Dickerson. All right. Like, cool, man.
I mean, you know what, though? If you told me someone's name was Dick Dickerson, I would instantly think, are they a wrestler?
Right. And that's the thing, too, is, like, I've actually looked at this game sometimes and just, like, wrote down some of these names. I'm like, dude, I could make wrestlers out of these names.
Make a faction that's like some ex-football players from Washington, University of Washington.
Right. You know, and so I'm sitting there thinking, like, when I need help with, like, Callmasters and I'm trying to come up with names for characters, I'm sitting there going, oh yeah, football. Yeah, let's just use some of those stupid names.
Well, let me just load up a random dynasty and look at the recruiting class. I'll get some inspiration.
Right, exactly, yeah. Because sometimes I ask, like, people in chat, and they come up with, like, names that everybody uses. And I'm like, guys, I need something, like, different. Like, I want the characters to stand out. And then sometimes I'll get on, like, Google, and I'll say, what are the top, like, 100 names from this country or whatever? And some of the names that pops up, and people are like, where did you find that? And I'm like, Google.
Right.
Like when I made Brenda Circe and Fiat Deirdre, I literally found those on Google, and I saw what their names meant, and I was like, and they were Irish, and I was like, screw it, that's what we're going with. I don't care if you can't pronounce it, that's what we're going with. I was like, the name means something. And then like I have the Sinister Shadow, so it's like, El Sinestro or El Sombra Sinestro, which is
Hey,
my
that's
version
cool
of
as fuck.
Penta, which is my version of Penta. And so I made that last year, and it got over real quick. I think that had like 70 downloads already. I was like, damn.
Yeah, it's crazy,
People are
dude.
like, people are like, how'd you do that? And I'm like, I just looked up Sinister Shadow, and that's what it came up.
This has been a bad day offense.
And I thought it was cool.
It's picked off, threw it right into the teeth of double coverage. Oh, he would have.
At least I got 7 points. You know, that's okay.
Well, and I think a lot of this was us distracted with me teaching you stuff.
That's fine.
But like I said,
I
was just hoping that like if I went over it, that now you understand it, so now it'll be easier when you read it. You know what I'm saying? Like you'll know which at least like you'll be like, oh, that's what he was talking about. You know?
Yeah. No, it's definitely helped. There are some things like even now, just playing in this last little few minutes or whatever, I'm just like, okay, now I kind of get.
Yeah, and like, and everyone's a little different. Like me personally, I like to use a lot of zone plays when we're like, there's a lot of field to go. But as we get closer to the end zone, I start switching to more man-to-man. But sometimes I'll switch it up just to switch it up, right?
Yeah, yeah.
And like everyone has their own like preferences
Way of doing things.
yeah, so that's why like I'm not telling you what to do. I'm just kind of giving you the basics to understand what you're looking at so that you can figure out what you like to do.
How do I continue to still execute? This was so easy. Great execution. Just beat down in every facet.
I think as a player, you just love being
Who the heck is Tony Romo Green?
It's lazy boy.
Oh, he goes, what do? I have been fired.
Defense was not giving anything up.
I'm like, what?
If you do bad enough in these games, you can get fired from your job.
Oh shit. Well, and he hasn't been showing up because wasn't he out for a while?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so like me, so I got view job offers. Let's see what I got here. Now that I can do this. So I have BYU. Ooh, Brigham Young University.
Yeah, that's a good one.
That's a good one. And I got Fresno State Bulldogs.
Are they head coach? Make sure they're head coach, not the offensive coach.
BYU and Fresno are head coach. Missouri Tigers is offensive coordinator, and Utah State is head coach. So I have 3 head coach and 1 offensive coordinator.
So you can choose to accept one of those, or you can wait till next week where you'll get another up to 4 new offers.
Damn. I don't want to try BYU. I mean, I know it's a 2-star, whereas Fresno's a 2.5, and Utah's a 2. Damn, Missouri Tigers are a 4-star. Damn. Yeah, Missouri State, 4 stars out of 5. Well, damn.
I mean, it's up to you. I mean, I mean, BYU's a good school to rebuild. I mean, because you kind of like they're in what, like Utah, I think.
Yeah, Provo. Yeah, they're the Mormon college.
Yeah, we're currently Michigan. We, as in Michigan, in real life, is currently in a recruiting battle with BYU over one of the top quarterbacks in next year's class, Ryder Lyons, because he is an LDS. So, like, he's going to be taking a mission before he goes to college.
Mm-hmm.
But, like, it's like us or BYU, and right now we're favored, but, you know, you never know when it's, like that's the school that's literally about his faith.
I'm looking at this, and BYU, so their previous head coach was Doug Greenwood, master motivator. He was fired. Their last season was 3-9. I'm in the top 3 on their list. Fresno, I'm in the top 3. Missouri, I'm the top 2. Utah, I'm in the top 3. And each one of these schools, their former coaches have been fired.
Yeah, I mean,
damn.
Yeah, it's up to you. I mean, really, it's, you know, will you be happy at that school? You know?
Yeah, I mean, I'd be happy to try BYU.
Yeah, it's if you want to, go for it.
Worst thing I could do is, you know, try it. I mean, I've been Navy for a couple of rounds now, so it'd be nice to try something new.
Right.
But yeah, I'll see. Yeah, I'll take the signed contract. Goal: win 7 games under a 3-year contract with BYU. All right. Brandon Pickett is now hired as the BYU head coach. Begins following the national championship game. Okay.
Yep.
All right, 4 weeks.
Let's see if Lazy Boy got offered any head coaching
If I hit
position.
ready to advance. Good. Yep. Okay.
Let's see. Yeah, so
Now,
I see you got offered
check.
that.
I think I did my Oregon one. I think I guess. I gotta figure out if I can get hold of that one dude so I can get the other one done. Otherwise, we might have to force win it because I won't be available really tomorrow.
Yeah, no worries.
And I don't want to be waiting all day to play against him today because I want to play wrestling later. Let's see. Oh, so okay. So Oregon's done. I've already advanced it. Now I just have to wait for the Washington one. And I've reached out. I just haven't got anything back, so I don't know. I don't know. Sometimes I get confused in the Discord about which one I'm supposed to talk in because something says League 1, League 2, and I'm sitting there trying to like figure out which chat is which. Okay, so yeah, they got me against the Oregon Ducks. I'm 8-2.
That's what I'm saying. Like you're on track for the playoffs.
I'm 8-2. He's 8-2, and then I'm also 5-1. He's 4-2. I'm actually doing better than he is. Damn. Yeah, Washington Huskies 8-2. Number 18 out of 25. Damn. And he's 13. So if I beat him, that really puts me there. But again, that's going to be a challenge because I know how he plays. Like, holy shit. I just don't know if he's on. I keep trying to get a hold of him, but...
I mean, if he doesn't answer, then it'll just be a straight sim, and then you probably have a better chance of beating him.
That's true. Let's see, what time is it for me now? It is 6:15. I'll give him a little bit. Wait, we have till what, tomorrow to play this?
Which league is it?
League 2.
Yeah, I think it's tomorrow night.
Okay. So if anything, I can try to do it tomorrow night or tomorrow afternoon. Because I kind of want to play wrestling in a couple hours. Because I'm gonna dive into some like my faction and stuff. And I want to do some universe mode tonight and show people that too, and more of the island stuff.
Right.
Because damn, man, if I'm getting over almost 500 views out of one video, like that's insane. And I went from 922 subs to like 932 as of this morning. I was like, damn. And again, I know that that's going to change over time because it's a new game, but, you know, so people are trying to, like, watch and be like, oh, well, this is how I'm going to, when I get the game, right? You know, so that's another reason why I do the early access stuff, too, is because I know I'm going to get the views, subs, because people are wanting me to stream it and play it so they know what they're getting themselves into.
Right. Yeah, I mean, I've tried to tune in when I was able to. I haven't been able to tune in for, like, the whole shows, but I've been trying to tune in a little bit when I'm able to.
And you're fine. It's not like I've done actually like shows. I've just literally just been playing around in my Rise, playing the story, and then like I'll pop off and maybe play a little island stuff or, you know, whatever. But right now, people are mad at me because I'm not really creating anything, and I'm like, well, it's because the face textures, you can finally use them, but the morph, the face morph doesn't work. I can't. Once I put the face scan on, I can't move the eyes and lips and stuff like you're supposed to. For some reason, it just doesn't work. And people have been complaining about that. And we've had 3 patches. We had a patch yesterday, 1.5. So we've had literally 3 patches within a week. And the game comes out literally for everybody tonight at midnight. And I'm like, so they know about it, and they're working on really big bugs. And, because the first night I played, I could get on the island, but then once I got on, it freeze at the loading screen for like ever. And they fixed that literally the next day, and the online servers work a hell of a lot better now than they did in 24. So I'm like, they've been improving, and they've done a lot of other under the hood things in the last few patches that have made the game playable. I'm sitting there going, it's nothing like 2K20. Everybody keeps trying to say, oh, it's 2K20 all over again. I'm like, no. 2K20, I couldn't even play a match without it crashing. At least this one I can play 90% of the game and not have any issues for hours. So, yeah, I don't know. But
Yeah.
anyway, thanks for playing. I'm gonna hop off.
I got on our show. You know, I do the sports podcast thing.
Oh yeah.
Not this last week, but the week before, I had I've become good friends with this recruit that's in that's a big time recruit. His name's Zayden Crimpen. I got him on the show. We were his first interview, and like he's just texting me back and forth now. Like he's got another visit to Michigan next week, and we're sitting here talking about it. And it's like I'm starting to get like to know some of these guys that are gonna be like big time players in college and pros. Like this guy's like a 4-star. Like he's really cool, and it's kind of cool that I'm becoming friends with these guys.
Yeah, no, that's pretty good. Oh. Well, dude, I'm gonna hop off, find something to eat. It's like almost 6:30. I haven't really eaten anything today, so I'm gonna go eat and probably watch some TV or something before I decide to stream again.
Yeah, man, get some time in and relax.
Yeah. All right, man. I'll talk to you later.
All right, take it easy, bro. Good games.
You too. Thank you.